What's popping out there, world? And welcome to another edition of TJ Sports Nation, presented by your boy TJ, straight out of KC. Just in here to rap, man. We got some huge fights coming up this weekend and next weekend. Some big heavyweight showdowns. So I figured I'd jump in real quick and let's chat about it and let's get on Jake Paul's head, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, let's climb right into it, man. Let's get on old Jake Paul, man. Jake Paul, famous YouTuber, been making a name for himself over the past few years. Him and his brother, um, Logan Paul. Jake Paul and Logan Paul, man, they have taken over the game, putting on pay-per-view fights, fighting guys that ain't even real boxers. Fighting guys that ain't even real boxers. It's killing me, man. It's killing me to see stuff like that go on in the sport of boxing. But some people, believe it or not, y'all, some people support Jake Paul. Some people support him. Some people feel like Jake Paul is a real boxer. Yeah, yeah. Some people feel like Jake Paul is a real boxer. Me, I don't sugarcoat nothing. When it comes to the sport of boxing, I want to see the real get down with it, not these pretenders. In my eyes, Jake Paul is a entertainer. That's it. People can get themselves hyped up and fall for the okey doke, but if we sit here and we look at Jake Paul's resume, why is he even on BoxRec? None of these guys he fought are real boxers. Ali Gibb, not a real boxer. Nate Robinson was the basketball player that barely made it in basketball. He was okay. But Nate Robinson, he's not a real boxer. Show me some Nate Robinson boxing fights outside of the one that he had with Jake Paul. I'll wait. I'll wait. Show me because I'm confused. Then you get to guys like Tyrone Woodley and Anderson Silva. Now, Anderson Silva, we'll get to him in a minute. Top in the red boxing with Polo J. What's good with you, man? When you look at Anderson Silva, or no, I'm sorry, Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley has that amateur background, in MMA and shit. So he's a combat warrior, but it's a difference between boxing and MMA. It's a huge difference, man. We peak game with that. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd Mayweather was going through his shit, was going through his shit with his MMA guy. You know what I'm saying? It is a major difference between boxing and MMA, and it's no disrespect at all to guys that do MMA and things of that nature. I got no beef with that. Combat is combat. It's all good in the hood, but Conor McGregor showed y'all when he fought Floyd Mayweather how difficult that transition is, because I can tell watching that fight numerous times that um, Conor McGregor, if it was up to him, he would have used his feet if he could. Nate is not a fighter, and everyone Jake Paul's fault is not a boxer. Jake would have wouldn't have beaten Anderson 10 years ago. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Nate is not a real boxer. He is a basketball player that barely made it in basketball. He's a basketball player that barely made it in basketball. And yeah, Anderson Silva, he's got an interesting background, man. Because he's been in the ring with some real boxers. He's got some wins over some real boxers. Most notable, Julio Chavez Jr. Now, we can get on Julio Chavez Jr. neck all day long. He's a disappointment to his country, to the people that support him, to his father, who was a boxing legend, and Julio Chavez Sr. We can get on his head all day long. But the fact of the matter is, Anderson Silva beat him. At the end of the day, Anderson Silva did a little bit of boxing before he got into the MMA side. So that is most notable for him, man. In terms of Jake Paul's resume when it comes to that. If Jake really wants a fight, tell him to contact Michael Page. Yeah, I heard something about that. Here's the thing. Let me get into it, man. Jake Paul is not gonna fight anybody that he knows is gonna give him trouble. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. If he knows you got a real chance of beating him, he's not gonna go toe to toe with you. That's just what it is, man. Fighting guys that have more of an MMA background style than an actual boxing background style, that's a easier transition for him. A much, much easier transition for him. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take me long to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's entertainment at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. I love what Jake Paul has done in terms of Amanda Serrano and, helping getting her going and, getting her career going in a positive direction, getting her put on some cards and things of that nature. I love that about him. I do. But all this pay-per-view stuff that he's got going on, man, come on, man. Miss me with all that, man. How is Jake Paul on pay-per-view over the likes of somebody like Dimitri Bivol, who just went and fucking killed Canelo on Cinco de Mayo? Canelo is a big-time fighter that even casual boxing fans know who Canelo is. I think Bivol earned his right to be on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody like Devin Haney, who just went into enemy territory twice and beat the same man at home twice. Don't y'all think that Devin Haney deserves to be pay-per-view ready? How is Jake Paul's name bigger than Devin Haney? How's it bigger than Dimitri Bivol? This is what I'm saying, man. Like, this is to me, this is what's hurting the sport of boxing, man. When you got these sideline guys like Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was a hell of a football player, a hell of a running back, till he decided he didn't want to stay in Pittsburgh. He wanted to go with the money, and he killed his own career. And now trying to come back and do the boxing thing. Like Earl Spence said, these guys are not real boxers, man. They not real boxers. But you have to be dedicated to this. If he would have fought Tommy Fury, is that his name? Tyson's brother, I might have gave him a little bit of some leeway. Devin's not a pay-per-view fighter. We gonna get to that, brother. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. If he would have fought Tommy Fury or something like that, I might have gave Jake a little bit of leeway. But if you ask me personally, he needs to go join his brother in WWE. No disrespect to WWE. I grew up watching it. all day, all day. But he's an entertainer, not a boxer. It's a big difference, man. These guys on his resume are not real boxers. At the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, I love the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And there's absolutely not one person in Jake Paul's weight class. I had one guy comment on one of my live streams and say that Jake Paul could beat Canelo, and I don't even like Canelo. I can't stand him. But I will root for Canelo 1,000 times. I will root for a 60-year-old Triple G, a 60-year-old Triple G to beat Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not a real boxer. He is an entertainer with a huge fan base from his YouTube page. At the end of the day, much like your boy Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia, very popular guy on uh very popular guy in terms of uh, Instagram and things of that nature. Huge fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? Fans love him, the ladies love him, things of that nature. He's been down in the fight. Luke Campbell knocked him down, things of that nature. But Ryan Garcia is quick on his hands. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know they're not the same. I'm just saying, I'm talking about fan bases. Ryan has a huge fan base, bro. A huge fan base. He this is what makes him very popular. Ryan Garcia has a huge fan base. If you go on his Instagram, he's got millions of followers. Jake Paul has a lot of followers and a huge fan base as well from his YouTube. This is what put him in the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I love the sport of boxing. I love it a lot, you know, and I'm gonna support anybody that's trying to get in it and trying to do what they do to get their name up and things of that nature. But when your first six opponents is a basketball player that didn't make it, a washed up kickboxer, Anderson Silva was just a little past his prime, if you ask me, but he fought well for the most part. I can't give you credit for that, man. I just can't. I need to see more out of the situation. I need to see more. Fight some real fighters. Hell, he can go 6 rounds with anybody in his weight class. Fight a real fighter that's going through a real camp and that's been through real training. You want to earn my respect, you got to earn it. I'm not just going to give it to you. I'm not just going to give it to you, man. You have to earn it. I respect everything he's doing in terms of bringing fighters' careers back to life. You know, because, you know, who knows? Amanda Serrano might not have got the same attention without Jake Paul. But I think she's talented. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. Bro, you got a link to let someone jump in. You know what, man? I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out on here, man. I'm kind of new to the live streams. I've never had a guest. I've never went on nobody's platform either, man. You got to show me how we can do all this, man, because we definitely could get together on some stuff, man. Even if we don't agree on the same, man, that's what this sport is about. You know, that's what makes it entertaining is cats coming together, talking and having differences and opinions and shit. So yeah, man, I'm still learning all this, man. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, man. Woo, but that's something, yeah, man, definitely, man. We definitely can do that, man. Definitely, dog. But yeah, man. It's much love to Jake Paul, man. Yeah, I'm in KC. Oh yeah, all day. It's no disrespect to him, man. Much love to him, man. But I just feel like, you know, stick with entertaining, man. You know, don't if you're not gonna take this sport serious by fighting a bunch of guys that ain't even really in the sport, then you're not impressing me. Give me something to be impressed about. That's all I'm saying, man. I want to support them. I'm not against anybody because of your race or your nationality, whatever the case. I'm gonna support you to the utmost, but you gotta earn it. And right now, looking at this resume and these six fights he's had, I can't support him. I just can't. But the sport of boxing is hyped about him for some reason or another. I don't know why. But anyways, man, let's move on, man. Let's talk about this 140 showdown this weekend, man. Um, yeah, definitely a good one, man. Now, Regis Progress. Regis Progress, man. I seen my boy in a dog fight against Josh Taylor, and he did his thing against him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this cat that he's walking into, Josie Zepeda, he is no pushover. No pushover. He's fought some very decent opponents in his career, but my boy Progress said he's coming to knock him out. He's coming to stop him. Zepeda, it's going to be a good fight. I think some people think it could go either way, but I got Progress stopping him around the 10th. You know what I'm saying? Progress wants his get back. He wants that rematch with Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the 140 division, the 140 division is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting because it's a lot of talent in that division, a whole lot of talent. And then you got young, guys in smaller weight classes, 130, 135, wanting to come up. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney needs to quit killing himself trying to make 135. He need to move on up to 140 and get some of this work, man. And I love Devin Haney to death. I do. Now, my boy in the red boxing corner said Dev is not a pay-per-view star. He has the potential to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin, while he may not be a knockout artist, he is a talented fighter. I just watched him twice go to the same country and beat a very talented fighter in George Kambosos because Josh isn't staying at 140 because if he was, then Bob would have fed him to TO already. Yeah, but he ain't moving up the welter yet. He still got some shit he need to get done at 140, man. And Bob ain't gonna let him off the hook that quick. That's a good fight too. Teofimo Lopez is a dog at what he do. I like Teofimo Lopez. I do, man. I do. But it's so many dogs at 140. It could go either way, man. It could go either way. You feed a bull like Regis Progress to Gary Antoine Russell. I'm telling you. But when you look at talent wise, at 140, Josh Taylor got that footwork. Josh Taylor got that ring IQ. Josh Taylor is a dog at what he do. And he absolutely schooled my boy Progress the first fight. He did, man. He did. We know how Bob Earl is, man. Bob Earl is a sensitive mother, sensitive old cat. He's gonna protect his money. He's gonna protect his best assets. And I'm telling you right now, Josh Taylor, he got his eye on him tough, man. He's gonna keep him tight. But 140 is tough, man. 140 is a very, very, very tough division. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just full of a lot of talent. But this young cat Regis Progress, man, I like him a lot. I like him a lot, man. And I think that he's got the talent to do a lot of things in this division, take over the game, and absolutely dominate it at the end of the day. Period. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I look forward to seeing what happens with this because it's like a round robin. When you get all the guys up at 140 that need to be up at 140, that's killing themselves to make 35. I know Shakur, he need to come up. He need to get on up in that mix. Maybe, more so at 135. He really need to take off with that. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with if Pitbull Cruz does what he's gonna do. Bob is one of the sweetest old men I've ever talked to. But when it comes to his fighters, he has his favorites and he protects them at five. Bring back the Super 8, the Super 6. Bring back the Super 6 at 140. Exactly, bro. Let me ask you this in the red corner boxing. Polo J, my brother, let me ask you this. Who is your top six at 140? Dre, who is your top six at 140? If y'all had to, put six of your favorite at 140 going at it, who would y'all rock with, man? Because 140 is one of my favorite divisions, man, because it's just so many dogs in it, man. So many dogs in it. It's so many dogs that could be in it. Period. Like we ain't even got all the dogs in it that could be in it. But it's so many dogs in it, man. I'm telling you, man. And don't sleep on Gary Antoine Russell. I know that his last fight was kind of sloppy, but keep in mind he just lost his dad. Hey, that wasn't that long ago to diabetes and things of that nature. So Gary Antoine Russell is a real dog, man. I'm telling you, man. And then Josie Ramirez, unless he's going, go ahead and move up, we can't forget about him either, man. It's a lot of talent at 140. Doesn't matter if they ESPN, the Zone got some good 140s. I don't know what the hell Al Heyman and them. I don't know what type of time they on, man. But I know Bob Arum got that shit over there at ESPN. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, but Regis Progress gotta be in your top six. Josh Taylor gotta be in your top six. Teofimo Lopez gotta be in your top six. Gary Antoine Russell gotta be in your top six. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put Zepeda in there, but I think after this beating he gonna take this week, he may not stay in there too long. But 140 got a lot of talent. A lot of talent. And if Dev moves up and quit pussyfooting around, you know what I'm saying? My brother, he says T.O., Josh, Cottrell. Yeah, can't forget about Cottrell. Oh, man, Jack Cottrell, that deal, man. Connor Ben, I'm going to get on that in a minute. Ramirez and Devin, if he makes the move up. No doubt. No doubt. I can agree with that. Now, Connor Ben, I ain't going to knock him. He went through that little situation where he cheated or whatever the case. I'm not gonna really hold that against that brother because regardless of that, he ain't the only person that's had a career and then took some things that he shouldn't have took. Tyson Fury has also done that, right? And he's sitting the king of the heavyweight division. I got to give a brother credit where credit is due. He punished my boy Wilder. Much as I hate to say it, I hate to admit it, no matter what Tyson Fury's past is, when it was all said and done, and that third fight, he put that work on my dude at the end of the day, But Conor Ben is talented, man. He's talented, man. He really is, man. And I hope that he gets clean and gets it all together because he needs to be in this talk as well, man, because he can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things, man. Talented brother, man. But Devin, yeah, Devin's way too big to keep trying to squeeze in 135. I'm sorry, man. Like you could tell, like when he fought the last time, he's struggling to make that weight, And also, George Kambosos might want to look into possibly moving up too. Also, watch out in 2 to 3 years, Keyshawn Davis is going to be a problem. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Right now, Keyshawn's still trying to feel his way through everything, but Keyshawn Davis is definitely going to be a problem. Keyshawn Davis is definitely going to be a problem, man. Yeah, you right about two. I'm gonna say about another 2 years, to be honest with you, man. And then with him, he's in good with the right camp. He's got a lot going on. I want to see him take that next step next year sometime, maybe next fall. I want to see him in there with a real big name. You know what I'm saying? I like Keyshawn Davis. Woo! I like that brother a lot, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Polo J, all day, man. All day, all day, all day, bro. Hell yeah. Keyshawn Davis. How could I forget about him, man? It's a lot of young talent coming up. And it's a lot of talent in the smaller weight classes that could make a huge splash at 140. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? But right now, if I had to pick the top dog running 140, I'm going to go with Josh Taylor. Just because I feel like Josh Taylor is the most talented out of all of them. But that doesn't mean that he can't be beat. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney is a problem for anybody, man. Devin Haney is so skillful, defensive wise, hard to hit. I love what I see out of the youngster, man. I do, man. He's got the right attitude. I don't think that his dad is holding him back. Some people feel like Bill is holding him back, but Tank also can fight at 140. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me go to get on Tank, man. My thing with Tank, my thing with Tank, I want to see Tank take some of these big fights. Now I know he's gonna do his thing against Hector Garcia in January, and then he's probably gonna fight Ryan Garcia after that. Cool, cool, cool. But what happens after that? No, Devin can get flat-footed. Yeah, he tends to do that sometimes. That is a weakness of his. But what happens after that, man? What happens after Tank if he gets past Ryan Garcia? What happens? Where do you see him fitting in at? That's the question I got for you, brother. Where does Tank fit in at after he does his thing at against Ryan Garcia probably next spring sometime? That'll be the fight everybody's waiting to see. It will be a pay-per-view. Both guys got big fan bases. So that fight can do numbers all day, man. I'm not overlooking Tank. I like Tank. Tank is a talented young brother. But I feel like if Tank don't land that big shot, I just feel like a lot of them other cats is a little more skillful than Tank. That's just me, man. And if he don't get from up under his daddy Floyd, he really gonna be in trouble. Damn, I wish I could hop on. This a lot to time. I know it, man. I'm gonna start doing it directly from YouTube, man. Starting tomorrow, man, and every time I go live, so I'll be able to send you a link and we'll go from there, man. And let me know what days you normally go live, man, because I'll come on your platform too, man, and we can rap about all this too, man. Because yeah, man, it's a lot getting ready to go down in the sport of boxing, and I want I want everybody to be a part of this, man. Because 140 is one of my favorite divisions. From 140, then 147, and then I'm gonna probably say 175. You know what I'm saying? It was the heavyweights, but it's just so much going on right now, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I was a big AJ fan, and he let me down. He let me down like a fool, man. And Wilder just couldn't. He couldn't get past Fury, and so but I like Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is a young cat, under top rank, under Bob Arum, that's up and coming out of Ohio, man. And I believe that youngster gonna be nice, man. Jared Anderson gonna be real nice, man. Trust me on that. Y'all definitely want to look out for him, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get the hang of all this link stuff so I know how to do all this, and yeah, we'll go from there, man. Like it's because it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to talk about, and I don't spit it enough like I know that I could, man, for real. But I like Devin Haney. Um, if him and Tank ever do go at it, I would lean more towards Haney because I think Haney is hard to hit. And like I said, if Tank don't land that big shot, I've seen Tank in trouble, man. I've seen Tank in trouble a couple of times. If you ask me, that's if you ask. Pitbull Cruz was taking it to Tank. He was giving Tank a run from his for his money, man. You know what I'm saying? But but, but at the end of the day, Tank is a talented young brother, and I hope that his legal situation, I hope he gets past that. It seemed like that judge is on some BS with him a little bit, but I got to give credit where credit is due. All that, he'll knock Keith Thurman stuff out. I don't know about that, but Tank is a hell of a fighter, man. He's a hell of a fighter, and yeah, but I think some of those guys can give him trouble. Devin Haney, Gary Antoine Russell, Josh Taylor, the way Josh Taylor moved from rope to rope like that, man, that excellent footwork my boy Josh Taylor got. Whoo! I'm telling you, man. And I know Tank was down against Mario Barrios. Tank was down, man. Till he was finally able to get to that body like he wanted to. Mario Barrios was giving him hell, man. Devin takes unnecessary shots out through a fight, and no way Devin has fought. No one Dev has fought hits as hard as Tank. No one Dev. No, you're right about that. You're right about that, bro. All day. Yeah, yeah, I give you that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm about to take Finn Shakur could possibly beat both Dev and Tank. Yeah, but at what weight class? At what weight class though, my brother? Because I don't see Shakur going all the way up to 140 right now. Maybe 135, but I I I can see that too. Shakur is a talented brother, and he's looking for them big fights. He was just on Instagram the other day. I think yesterday might have been the day he was saying he's trying to make that Pitbull Cruz fight, but Pitbull Cruz is ducking. I believe Shakur can fight Pitbull Cruz a little more cleaner than Tank did. Shakur is talented, special ring IQ. He's not really a knockout artist, but Dev ain't either. That's where Tank come in. That's why I said Tank is to me, Tank is like a little Deontay Wilder. If he can't land that big shot, what more can we really get out of him? Because ever since I've been watching Tank, man, going back to the days when he fought over in England against that one cat, I think his last name was Walsh or something like that, man. Like, if he don't land that big shot, what more can he? Yeah. I'm telling you, Shakur doesn't even have his grown man body. Man. No doubt, man. He's still growing. He's still a growing young man all day, all day. I like Shakur. I like Shakur, man. Shakur got a lot of potential, man. Shakur got a lot of heart. All day, bro. All day, man. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see how this thing roll out over the next year. Who's gonna move up, who's gonna come into the weight class. I know Dev gonna have to move up, man, because he can't keep doing that to himself, man. He killing himself trying to make that weight, man. He might as well go and get rid of them titles, move on up, and let Loma and Cambosis or whoever, at 135 fight for them damn belts, man, because it's gonna be a lot of money for him at 140, a lot of big time fights for him at 140. And I know my boy Haney Tom, he want all the smoke. He want all the smoke, including your boy Shakur. That would be a hell of a fight. Because like I said, ain't neither one of them really knockout artists. That's just the truth. So that fight is gonna be based on pure skill, dog. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna lean towards Haney if that fight ever happened. And so as hard as it is for me to say that, I'm gonna lean towards Haney, man, just because, man, the dude is just a knowledgeable fighter, man. And I wonder. I know Shakur could have probably went over to Australia and did that twice. I believe Tank would have did it, but Tank don't like to give people rematches either. Now, everything that we are talking about all depends on politics. If Bob or Al doesn't see any money to fight, it won't happen. That's another problem. That's another problem right there, man, because Al Heyman been on some BS for the longest period of time. And Bob Arum, yeah, he gonna be the first to tell you, oh, there ain't no money in that fight, so I ain't gonna waste my time making it. And I love the fact that Bob Arum is 90 something years old and he's still communicating and moving around and making moves in the business of boxing like he's doing. But God, man, we got to make some of these fights happen, man, because we don't know how much longer that brother got. And I like Bob Arum. Believe it or not, some people think he's a crook. I like him. I like him. I think he's one of the best promoters in the game right now because Bob wants to give us those fights. The problem is always the money. And right now, if you put a Shakur versus Haney together, real boxing fans like me and you, we hit. We know what's up with it, but these casuals, shit, man, they may not know much about neither one of them cats. A lot of that is the promotional part. Like you said, the politics. Politics is part of everything, unfortunately. I hate that, but that's how the game goes, man. But I like Bob Earl a lot. I like him a lot. I really do, man. So, we gonna see. We gonna see what happens, man. But I can see some things going down here in a minute. He gonna have to do something. If he gave Cambosis 2 times to try to get past Dev, that he need to go on and do some other shit. The system of boxing needs to be torn down. They need to go back to boxers selling their fights to the networks, and that way everyone wins. Yeah, because if you think about it, man, like I've been getting on Terrence Crawford head with this BLK Prime stuff, right? But have you seen any promotion at all from BLK Prime on that fight? Because the only time I see anything about it is if I get on Twitter or if I get on Instagram. I ain't seen nothing on TV. I ain't seen nothing. BLK Prime is an app pretty much like the Zone, right? Where is the promotion for this fight at? That was the problem that he had with Bob Earl. Let him tell it, right? That's why he doesn't have a real big fan base. Because where is the promotion at? Where is the promotion? We need promotion. This is what's hurting the sport. The promotion is not there. Al Heyman, they saying he broke. And I like Al. I like Al, man, but they say Al ain't got no money. And that's Tank's boy right there, man. But we gonna see, man. And we can't forget about Gary Russell Jr. We got to make sure we keep him in the mix. I know he had that last fight. He didn't go too good. But he was whooping that dude even with one hand, man. Like he was killing him, man. So we can't forget about Gary Russell Jr. either, man. I don't know about him getting all the way up to I don't know about 140, but he can still do some damage, man. Maybe 135. What Terrence did is amazing. Promoting is the problem because promoters are taking advantage of the sport. Okay, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. But if nobody knows about your fight that's coming up on December 10th, how you gonna make money on it? That's my whole thing. If they're not promoting the fight and advertising it to the fans and to the casual fans that may not follow everything they see on YouTube and things of that nature like me and you do, how can the fight generate money on pay-per-view sales? This is a new company, bro, that has never put on a boxing fight before. We seen Fight TV try to do this, and they cheated some fighters out of some money, and some guys wasn't getting paid like they were supposed to. So that's all I'm saying. Can you really trust Rick Glazier as a boxing matchmaker? I know I can't trust that son of a gun, but hey, man, we gonna support the sport of boxing regardless. But all I'm saying is I ain't seen a lot of promotion on that fight. That's all I'm saying. I want to see some promotion on it. Give me some promotion on it. So, I'm trying to be supportive about it, but that's beautiful because we want options in the sport. Yeah. But keep in mind, man, Terrence ain't got a lot of time left. Terrence Crawford is 35 years old. I'm 33. and my bones and I go through aches and everything, even at the age of 33, bro. So when you talk about Crawford, Crawford don't have a lot of time, man, and he gonna fight this cat David Avanesian. That's on him. He's doing it for his home crowd in Omaha, so we know he gonna sell out at the door. But we need them pay-per-view sales to pop, man, because that's one thing Terrence Crawford lacked when he was under Bob Arum was pay-per-view sales. Are you going to up to Omaha? No, 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 no. I'm not going. I'm not going up there, bro. I will be real with you. I'm more of an Earl Spence fan. I love Earl Spence, but I said I wasn't gonna order the fight because I didn't like who Terrence was fighting. But I'm gonna go ahead and support the sport because I feel like I wouldn't be right as a fan if I didn't. Because Terrence Crawford is talented. Make no mistake about it. He's not no slouch or nothing like that. We just all ready for the big dog showdown. And we know that they getting up there in age, man. When you start getting in your middle 30s, man, you start getting on a decline. As you start getting on a decline, no matter what sport you play, whether it's football, basketball, boxing, whatever, when you start, my wife is his second cousin. Also, you gonna be at the fight. You gonna be at the fight? You going to the fight, man, and that's big right there, man. I expect to see you doing something up there on your live stream, man. Yeah, because Omaha, where we at, I live right in South Kansas City, so Omaha is shit, man, not even barely 3 hours from here. I don't even think it's that far. Depending on how you drive, it ain't far. I've been that way, took my kids to the zoo up that way and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Plus, man, we don't know who's on the undercard. I haven't heard nothing. That's what I'm saying. The promotion is not telling me nothing. Bro, it's Omaha in December. I get that. I get that. But where is the promotion? Who's on the undercard, bro? What fights do we have to look forward to on the undercard, my guy? That's all I'm saying, man. I see where you coming from. I feel you on that. But where's the promotion? I don't know who else is fighting on this card. I don't. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, I want to see more promotion out of the fight. If they can do that for me, I, I'm gonna support him, even though I know I said, man, I don't know if I will or not, but I'm gonna do it just because I love the sport of boxing. Period. Now, I didn't download the BLK Prime app and put it back on my TV and everything, but and I love the fact that his brothers that I've watched on YouTube that I learned a lot of boxing from, like Blue Blood and all those cats, being a part of that. I'm not knocking them at all. I just like $10 million is what I was hearing he's supposed to be getting or something like that. That's a lot of cake. That's a lot of cake, man. But the promotion needs to be there on the outside for this to be a success. We know he's gonna sell out at home. Everybody loves Bud Crawford, man. I do Lyft and Uber outside. I get rides and stuff, and I get a lot of people that I pick up from the airport that's coming in town from Omaha and things of that nature. And they all know who Bud Crawford is. That's what they call him, Bud Crawford up there in Omaha. So he has a nice fan base at home, but outside of home, he looking like his boy Sean Porter a little bit, man. And Sean Porter couldn't sell out his funeral, dog. He just couldn't. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, dog. I love the sport of boxing, man. So we gonna see how this thing go, man. Yeah, you got the let me know when you go live or something, man. I need to get walked through on how to do all this links and stuff. So that way, man, we could chop it up real good on whatever, because I'm pretty knowledgeable for the most part. So I really love the sport, man. So let me know, man, what's popping, and we'll go from there. I gotta jump off. I gotta go do the kids thing, but I get with y'all. Much love.